Hi there, I'm Nancy Nash with Starfish Strength, and today I want to show you how to do the floor windmill. So the floor windmill is a great exercise for improving your rotation, making your shoulders and hips feel better, making your whole body just kind of function together better as a whole. So for our demonstration today, you just need enough room to lay your body entirely down on the floor. You're also going to need some room to stretch your arms, so make sure you've got enough room to do a snow angel. And then you'll want a foam roller, so whether it's short or long, it doesn't really matter for this. And if you don't have a foam roller, feel free to use the help of a pillow. Shelby, do you have anything that you'd like to add before we get started?
Starfish Strength Inc. recommends that you consult your healthcare professional before beginning any exercise program. This content is intended for informational purposes and should not be used to self-diagnose or self-treat any health, medical, or physical condition.
Great, let's get into it. So I'm going to start by laying all the way down on my side, and I'm also going to lay the roller down. So I want the roller to be laying in the same direction that I am. And then I'm going to take that top leg, bend the knee to 90 degrees, and put the shin right on top of the roller. The foot can go on top of the roller too. Basically, this is just to keep me from rolling back. So I'm also going to put my hands out in front of my shoulders, stretch them out like you would if you were doing like a really wide clap together. Now, position for the bottom hand out like this is kind of optional. If this feels uncomfortable to your head, this is where you might want to place a towel. You could also just tuck your hand under your head and that would be just fine. You'll still get the full benefit of this exercise. So the top arm is going to kind of lead our stretch here. So I'm going to reach the top fingers forward so I feel a stretch in the back of my shoulder. And then I'm going to start making a circle overhead so that I get a good stretch in my side. And then I'm going to rotate back to continue my circle. And as I rotate back, I want to really make sure that I'm actually rotating through the center of my back and not just pulling the shoulder back. So to show you the difference, if I just kind of pull my shoulder back like this, my body's not going with it. This is going to start feeling really stressful to my shoulder. So instead, I want to actually look at my fingers if I can, follow the hand with my eyes, and that's going to encourage me to get the full benefit of this stretch. I should feel a really good stretch, not just in the front of the shoulder and chest, but also in the center of my body. And if you didn't know, the center part of your spine is actually supposed to be the most flexible. That's where we're supposed to get a lot of this rotation. The upper and lower parts of the spine are more for stability. So practicing this can make you feel better all over. So I'd give yourself about 10 windmills on one side, and then we're going to flip over and do it on the other side. So as we discussed, if you don't have a foam roller, you could substitute a pillow, and kind of the cushier the better for this. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to elevate my shin on top of the pillow and rotate that top hip forward, keeping the bottom leg straight. And then with my hand position, I'm going to make sure that I've got enough support for my head. So I could either place a rolled up towel or a rolled up piece of my mat here, or I could just place the hand back underneath my head. And then that top arm, as we said, is going to kind of lead the parade here. So we're going to start by reaching that top arm straight forward so I get a good stretch in the back of my shoulder. And then coming up overhead, I'm going to stretch so I'm getting a really good stretch all down my side, maybe even in the hip. And then as I rotate backward, again, I want to make sure that I'm really initiating that from the center of my spine and turning my eyes to look at the hand and follow it as I make this circle. We're going to do about 10 on this side. And you might notice that it is a lot easier to rotate on one side than it is on the other. And that is very normal. We are definitely creatures of habit. And if you notice yourself doing something like putting away dishes or putting away groceries, you might kind of notice that you keep turning the same way over and over. You actually will just naturally want to position your body or the things that you're putting away so that you can keep doing that. So if you want to challenge yourself, you can try doing it in the opposite direction. And you might notice that that also kind of puts us into practice and helps you become less stiff over time. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found something in today's demonstration that you can use to seize your inner star. Feel free to check out our other videos. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or just topics you'd like to see me cover in the future. And feel free to like and subscribe to keep this channel going and growing. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Ha ha ha.